How you guys doing today? It's Anthony Gangi. Welcome to another episode of Chair Talk. Guys, recently I've been on News Nation, and we've been discussing vulnerabilities within the safety and security side of operations within our prisons and jails. And it's tough to have these dialogues, but lately there's been a lot of concerns, especially with escapes. Some of it has come down to understaffing. Some of it's also come down to negligence. So I have a book coming out for rookies. It'll be coming out sometime maybe later this year, beginning of next. And there's a chapter called Safety and Security is a Layered Process. I want to get this thought out now. I figure it's a good time to express it. I didn't want to wait. And again, this will be in a book that's upcoming in the near future. But I thought I could share the thought now just to kind of, in the effort to hope it sets in. I mean, that's the key. But before I go to this thought, just want to mention my sponsors. First sponsor we have is American Military University. If you guys are looking for a degree, looking to seek higher education, please check out American Military University. It's a great school, very supportive of us in corrections, very supportive of us on Tier Talk. And again, it's good to bring experience into the classroom. I mean, that's the key. We also have Inmate Manipulation Decoded. That book is now available. It's on Amazon. This book just does what it does. It sells. So thank you guys for continuing to show support. This book is used for training all across the country. So guys, if you get a chance, please go check out the link. It's on Amazon, but the link to that is in my description. And you'll be able to get the book if you need it. It'll be good for training. And then we have my latest book out from Blue 360 Media, How to Succeed in Corrections. Guys, this book is doing very well. Thank you again for the support. This book is a journal format. So basically it has a thought, and then basically we share that thought, we expand the thought, and basically we just kind of pass our legacy. The book has so many topics. Right now the book is only available through Blue 360 Media. So if you guys want to check it out, the link to that is in the description for the people that have gotten the book so far. And yes, there were some good bulk orders, two specifically today. I just want to thank you for believing in the work or the passages that are put in that book. And the book for rookies that will be coming out next year is going to have the same format, and they're going to be added thoughts. It's meant to complement the book that's already out on the market. So we're just going to keep on expanding and just create good discussion-worthy passages. All right, so let me read this real quick. So the title of this for the rookie book, the title of this passage is going to be Safety and Security is a Layered Process. Is a layered process. Now, I start off each passage with a quote from a professional in the field. The person who gave me their quote here, who donated their quote, is going to be Russ Hamilton. We know him, of course. He's a retired sergeant out of CDCR, California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation. And he says, now this is his quote that starts the passage, facilities and the staff therein use multiple levels and layers of fail-safes, firewalls, contingency plans, backups, and various redundancies to ensure public safety, staff safety, and inmate safety. Policies and procedures are built on the broken, weak links, the burnt-through firewalls, and the failures of other contingencies and plans. Your position and your duty are the first line of defense. Remember, you must not fail. Now, that's Russ's quote. I'll go ahead and read my passage shortly, but as custody, we are the final fail-safe. So again, when I see the things on the news, I always look for what was our staffing like when it comes to custody. And if the staffing was there, what happened? Because at that point, was someone distracted? Was there negligence? Was there corruption? But custody is the final fail-safe for safety and security. We cannot fail to carry that torch. So this is my passage. Besides providing us with the understanding of what the facility's objectives are and how to get tasks accomplished, policies and procedures are also a documented history of our past successes and failures. It's the basic evolution that notes the facility, or on a greater scale, the agency's growth and development. Now, with that said, safety and security, which should be reflected in every policy and procedure, because that is the core value of what it is that we do, is a layered process that should take into account, based on past experiences, human error, and systematic failures. As a rookie, begin your journey by understanding where the safety nets are that ensure, in case of human error or systematic failures, the defined roads back to recovery. Basically, as a rookie, begin to observe, as defined by safety and security, as defined by policy and procedure, how our roles in custody all connect. From housing unit to yard, from rovers to towers, from mailroom to disciplinary, from main gate to main lobby. Pay attention to how each safety and security component connects, and with the inmate standing center, how our efforts, our task, combine. This is the true definition behind these 4 words. I got your back. If and when an inmate decides to circumvent the system, they look for an immediate break between layers that will afford them, with minimal effort, the opportunity to seize the moment. Whether it's a break in communication, a break in resources, a break in effective policies and procedures, they will see it as a vulnerability and find a way to exploit it for personal gain. As admin, I have an elevated perspective. I'm able to see at a greater level the interplay in which effective policies and procedures combine all layers of our security operations. Each layer was introduced by invested parties that understood how effective policies and procedures developed in unison and never in isolation. Basically, a strategic dialogue that lifts the game of what if, we all know that what if game, to a whole other level. As I'm writing this, I can't help but think of a quote by Thomas Reid, a Scottish philosopher. He stated, "The chain is only as strong as its weakest link. For if that fails, the chain fails, and the object that it has been holding falls to the ground." As custody, you are holding in your hands at all times the safety and security of the facility you are assigned. It is a trust bestowed upon you by the many who believe in you and your ability to carry it out. You can never allow it to fall to the ground. Corrections is complex because of its fluidity. It's constantly moving in multiple directions at the same time, left, right, up, down, forwards, backwards. It's controlled chaos. It's a series of movements that's controlled by our efforts as custody to maintain our connection to each other and the task we perform. Working in isolation breaks the layers and divides our attempts to provide safety and security. A divided force, or in our case, broken layers of effectiveness, weaken us. Therefore, as you progress in this profession, take time to observe the team as they work to complete their unified task. Observe where each task connects and where they don't. If you notice gaps, if you notice a small break within the layers of safety and security, don't just walk by and ignore it. Say something. Do something. Be mindful, if you see it, you can damn well be rest assured the inmates have seen it and already have a plan in motion to exploit the hell out of it. Side note, I want our rookies to know that management's job is to ensure staff's effectiveness. I know most people from the outside may believe that custody can negate all risk, but that is never the case. Our job is to help them by minimizing or negating any potential risk. Therefore, as management, I always keep in mind that my choice can eliminate layers of security, and if that is the case, I am the one to blame if there's a failure in our efforts. And be advised, when I make a decision, I try my best to account for human error. So, guys, I just want to have this dialogue because recently there have been some vulnerabilities that the inmates been either able to kind of act impulsively on, or maybe the vulnerabilities within the routine of what we do, and they've just been able to plan things. So I just want us to keep in mind that we all work together. And if there is a vulnerability in where something connects, we need to step up and say something. Even if that means that you're walking onto a post and you see the officer not engaged, distracted, whatever the case may be. Because in the end, that distraction, that could easily threaten our safety and security, even if it's just for a moment. As always, guys, the show is Tierto. If you haven't, please subscribe, interact, engage, comment, hit that bell. Bell's going to notify you every time I post a video. Stay safe.